Hello, good morning. I Manoj Biswakarma welcome you to my YouTube channel Cyber Class. Today I am going to discuss operators in Java programming language. In my last video I had discussed about the operators, means the arithmetical operators. In arithmetical operators I have also discussed the unary operator, that is pre-increment, post-increment, pre-decrement and post-decrement operator. Today I am going to discuss the relational operators. Relational operators are usually the binary infix operators because it takes two operands, then the operator is in between the two operands. Mostly it is used to create a relational expression. The relational expression, it is nothing but the result, but the expression used in a condition. Different type of relational expressions are, relational operators are your less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to and your not equal to. These operators are used as relational operators, and these operators are used to create relational expression. These relational expressions are used in a condition. The result of the relational expression is always true or false. For example, suppose I read 5 greater than 6, the result is false. Suppose 6 greater than 5, the result is true. Similarly, 7 not equal to 5, this is true. Okay, 8 greater than equal to 8, this is your true, like that. So these are the relational expressions used in a condition. The result of the relational expression is either true or false. Okay, this is the relational expression. You can use the variable also for this. You can write a greater than b, b greater than c, b not equal to d. So these are the relational expressions, and these relational expressions are used in a condition. Now next one we will discuss is the logical operator. Logical operator. The logical operators are used to relate two relational expressions to form a logical expression. Okay, the logical operators are used to relate two relational expressions to form a logical expression. Different logical operators are, first one your logical and, and the symbol used for it is double ampersand sign. Second one logical or, here the symbol used is pipeline. Third one is logical not. This exclamation sign is used as logical not. These two, logical and logical or, are the binary infix operator, whereas logical not is a unary operator. These are the logical operators, and these logical operators are also known as short circuit logical operators. Okay. There are some other operators like bitwise logical operator. We have bitwise logical operators, bitwise logical operators. These are logical and or bitwise logical and, so double ampersand, sorry, single ampersand sign, logical or, bitwise. So as I told, we have bitwise logical operator First one, logical and or bitwise logical and there is a single emphasis when is used, then logical or bitwise logical or pipeline, logical bit not or this is the complement operator, then logical exclusive or XOR JOR. Okay, the four bitwise logical operators are also there, but this is we will discuss it afterwards. Now today we will discuss logical operators, means short circuit logical operators. Okay, that is logical and logical OR and logical NOT. These operators are used to relate two relational expressions to form a logical expression, and this logical expression can also be used in a condition. Okay, and result of this logical expression is always true or false. So we will discuss one by one. First one is your logical AND. Logical AND. That is double ampersand sign is used as logical AND. It is a binary infix operator. It takes two operand. Okay, both the operands are relational expressions. Both the operands are relational expression. If result of both the relational expressions are true, then result of the logical expression formed by logical AND is true. Otherwise, the result of the logical expression is false. If any one of the relational expression is false, then the result of the logical expression is false. Okay. For example, let us discuss it clearly by the help of a table known as truth table. So now I write the truth table of logical AND. Logical AND. Say let it be A, B, C, A greater than B, say B greater than C. Okay, here A greater than B and B greater than C, and get the result. Suppose A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6, C is equal to 7, and A greater than B is 5 greater than 6 is false, B greater than C also false. So false and false, false and false, the result is false. Okay, suppose this is 6, 5 and it is 7. So 6 greater than 5, condition true. 5 greater than 7, this is false, this is true, and false is equal to also false. This is 6, 7, 5. 6 greater than 7, this is false. 7 greater than 5, this is true. So false and true, this is also false. Suppose this is 7, 6 and 5. 7 greater than 6, this is true. 6 greater than 5, this is also true. So true and true. True and true is true. So this is the truth table of logical AND. As I told, when both the conditions are true, if the first condition is true as well as the second condition is true, then the result is true. Otherwise, the result is false. If any one of the condition is false, then the result is false. So these are the relational expressions, and this is the logical. This is the logical expression. Okay. Now next we will discuss the logical OR operator. Logical OR. This pipeline symbol is used as logical OR operator. So uses a logical OR operator. The logical OR operator is used to relate two relational expressions. This is also a binary infix operator. That means it takes two operands and the operator is in between the operands, and both the operands are relational expression. If result of any one of the relational expression is true, then the result of the logical expression formed by logical OR is also true. Otherwise, when both the relational expressions are true, then the result is true, and if when both the relational expressions are false, then the result is also false. So when it is true, when any one of the relational expression is true, then the result is true. When both the relational expressions are false, then only the result is false. So let us discuss this by the help of a truth table. So this is logical truth table of logical OR operator. Logical OR. So let us change it. Now. So truth table of logical OR operator. Logical OR. So 5 6 false and false. False or false or false. This is false. When both the relational expressions are false, the result is false. True or false. True or false, the result is true. False or true, the result is true. The true or true, the result is true. So when any one of the relational expression is true, then the result is true. When both the relational expressions are false, then the result is false. Okay. Now next one we will discuss is logical NOT. Logical NOT is a unary operator. Okay. Logical NOT is a unary operator. It takes one operand, that is a relational expression. If the result of the relational expression is true, then the result of the logical expression formed by logical NOT is false, and vice versa. Okay. Logical NOT, that is, this exclamation sign is used for logical NOT operator. Okay. It is a unary operator. It takes one operand. And if the, as I told, if the result of the relational expression is true, if the result of the relational expression is true, then the result of the logical expression formed by logical NOT is false. Okay. Now let us discuss if I will insert truth table. Truth table of truth table of logical NOT. So suppose A, B, say A greater than B, not A greater than B, and the result. Okay. This is the relational expression, this is the logical expression. Suppose say 5, 6, 5 greater than 6, 5 greater than 6, this is false. 5 greater than 6 is false, and this is not false. Not false is equal to true. Suppose this is 6 and 5. 6 and 5. This is 6 greater than 5, true, and this is not true. This is false. This is the truth table of logical NOT operator. If the relational expression is false, then the result of the logical NOT formed by the relational expression is true. If the relational expression is true, then the result of the logical expression formed by logical NOT is false. Okay. So this is all about the relational operators. So relational operators and logical operators. Logical operators are of three types: logical AND, logical NOT, and logical OR. Now we'll discuss next one is new operator. The operator new. There is one of the most important operator is the operator new. New operator. So this operator new is used to create a new object. As you know, a Java program consists of a class, and a class is a blueprint or prototype. Okay, so the variables taken inside the class, to those variables memory spaces are not allocated, so that these variables cannot be used. To allocate spaces to those variables, we have to create an object. Creating an object means to allocate space to the instance variables of a class, so that those variables can be used. Okay, so the operator new is used to allocate spaces to the instance variable of a class. Okay, so what is the, let's see the syntax of the operator new. So you have to write the class name, and this is the name of the object is equal to new, operator new, then the class name. In the bracket. Okay, this is the syntax of creating an object. So operator new is used to create an object, that means to allocate spaces to the instance variable of a class. So the syntax is class name, object name, syntax. Class name, object name is equal to new class name. For example, suppose your class is my class. Suppose the class is my class. So the example for it, to create the object of my class is, say, my class object is equal to new my class. So in this way you can create the object. My class is the name of the class, object is the name of the object, new is the operator is used to create the object, and this is the my class is the class name, or you can say the name of the constructor, what we are going to discuss afterwards. Next, now we'll discuss the system. What is the use of system.out.println? Okay, we'll discuss system.out.println. What is the purpose of, because this is a very common statement, purpose of system.out.println. This is a very common statement used in each and every Java programming language. The main purpose of the statement is to display the result on the screen. The main purpose is to display the result on the screen. But there are three different parts of this program. This is no doubt this is an output statement. The output statement consists of three parts: system, out, and println. System is nothing but it is a predefined class. Predefined class. And this predefined class system is present in java.lang package. Java.lang package. So that this class can be used without importing. So no import statement is used to use the system class, because this class is present in java.lang package, so we can use it. And this out is a variable of system class. Variable of system class. Like this, there are some other variables also, that is in, out, and err. There are three system variables, means three variables of a system class. So this out variable is used to store the data to transfer to the standard output device, that is monitor. Okay, so this is the out variable. So it is referred to the class system.out, and println is a method of system class. And println is a method of system class. As you know, when data items are encapsulated in an object, it cannot be used directly. To get the data items an object, a method is required. So when you are going to transfer data to some output device, or if you want to display the result on the screen, in the monitor or computer screen, then These data items are stored in the out variable of the system class. Okay. So once it is stored, it is encapsulated. It become an object. So the method println is used to transfer the data stored in the out variable to the screen. So println method is used to transfer data to the screen. There is another method also, that is print and print 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 and println method. Okay. The print method, there is little difference between both are used to both print and println method is used to transfer data to the output device. Okay. The overall purpose of the system is system.out.println is to transfer result to the output device. This is an output statement. So as I told, there are two different methods, print and println, to transfer the data to the output device, but there is little difference between print and println. Let us discuss it. What is the difference between print and println method? Difference between print and println. Difference between print all are lowercase and println. Print and println. Print and println, both methods are used to transfer result to the screen. What is stored in the out variable of the system class. But print method will print the result and keep the cursor in the same line so that the next result will be printed in the same line. Okay. The print method is used to print the result on the screen and keep the cursor in the same line. Whereas println method is used to print the result and bring the cursor to the next line, so the next result will be printed in the next line, in a new line. That is the only difference between print and print method. Directly to say, print is used to print the result in the one line, whereas println is used to print the result in different lines. Okay. So but first it print the data, then keep the cursor to the same line. Println print the data and bring the cursor to the next line. I will give you two examples for it. Print and println to make it clear. Difference between print and print. So print method is used to print the data and keep the cursor in the same line. Suppose in example, system dot out dot println print. We are going to discuss print now. System out dot print hello. Suppose this is a statement. There is another statement, system dot out dot println hello. Out. Suppose this is the two statements. Then what is the result? The print method will print hello, so it will print hello output. So it will print hello. Then the cursor will be detained in the same line. Then when you come to the next line, system.out.println how are you? So hello. Then beside, because as the cursor is detained in the same line, it will print how are you in the same line. How are you in the same line. Okay. So print method is used to print the result and keep the cursor in the same line, so that next one will be printed in the next line, in a new line. So now after it is printed, cursor will come down. The println method will print the result and it will bring the cursor to the next line. Now let us discuss about the println method. Use of println method. So println method is used to print the result on the screen and bring the cursor to the next line in order to print data in a new line. So println, let us take the example, same example, hello. And it is how are you. how are you. So it is like this. Now the output will be system.out.println hello. So it will print hello and it will bring the cursor to the next line. It will print hello and it will bring the cursor to the next line. Then again system.out.print how are you. So as the cursor in the next line, the printing will start in the new line or the next line and it will print how are you, how are you, and the cursor print, it will keep the cursor in the same line. Okay, so this is the difference between print and println. Okay, I summarize. Print is used to print the result and keep the cursor in the same line, whereas println method is used to print the result and bring the cursor to the next line. Okay, this is about the print and print method. Now we'll discuss another important operator, that is dot operator. Dot operator, dot operator. This simple dot is as a operator. It is a reference operator. It is a reference operator. Okay, dot operator is a reference operator. It is used to refer it is used to refer an object or a class by a variable or a method. Okay, dot operator is a reference operator. It is used to refer an object or a class by a variable or a method. Let me tell you. Let us discuss it by the help of an example. Suppose my class is MYC. In the class there are three variables ABC. ABC are the three variables in my class. Okay, when the object of the my class is created, okay, suppose I am creating three object of class my class. Let me write the example properly. Public class my class, and here there are three variables int a, b, c, and there are other methods. Okay, now I am going to create object of the class my class. I am going to create the object of the class my class. My class obj is equal to new my class. Okay, so one object is created. Let me create another object also. My class obj1 is equal to new my class. So two objects I have created. When the object is created, then spaces are allocated to the variable ABC. A, B, C. So this is object 1. Values are nothing, default values. So this is object. I have created another object ABC. Name is obj1. Now I want to store some values in object, some values in ABC of object obj. Then what I should write? I should use the reference operator. Then I should write like this: obj dot a is equal to 5. So 5 will be stored here. Obj dot b is equal to 6. So 6 will store here. Obj dot c is equal to 7. So 7 will store here. Suppose I want to store something in object 1. So you can write like this: obj1 dot a is equal to 10. Similarly, obj1 dot b is equal to 20. obj1 dot c is equal to 30. So that means in obj1 dot a, that means this variable 10 will be stored. obj1 dot b, this variable 20 will be stored. obj1 dot c, this variable 30 will be stored. Since in this way, so this is used as a reference operator. It is used to refer an object by a variable or a method. In the same manner, you can refer an object by a method. Suppose there is a method display. I want to refer display method through object 1. So you can write obj dot display. So this one we'll discuss afterwards, details in the next chapter. Okay, so this is the reference operator, and this is all about the operators in Java program language. Okay, next class I will discuss about the operator precedence and associativity. Okay, so for today up to this. Okay, thank you very much. I will come with the other chapter portion of this chapter. Please subscribe the channel so that you will get the updates immediately. Thank you very much.